Regina Webster, your host for Inspiring Kosa TV. And today I am going to interview Caroline Cooper. Welcome, Caroline.
Thank you, Irina.
Caroline is an author, and she has written a book which recently been published, Links in the Chain. So, Caroline, can you please tell me about your book and what it's all about?
It's about Port Arthur, and it's about old Tasmania and people making their way in a new fledgling society in Tassie. So it was inspired by a visit to Port Arthur and how people can shake off the past and make a new future.
But it looks to me like a story about two people. Like really nice picture here, very nice cover.
Yes, I love the cover, and there are two little love stories going in it.
Two.
So it's
about two couples.
Yes, so it's a very gentle, genteel story with crinolines and shades of the past. And there's some lovely characters in it. So
so actually the couples, they were prisoners.
One is, yes. Yes, I don't want to give away too much of the story. But one is certainly brought to Port Arthur in chains, and it's his.
And fall in love.
Yes, but it's his drive to capture his life back after being in chains at Port Arthur, but it's also about the parallel world that exists at Port Arthur with the aristocracy, and the commandant and the postmaster and the teacher and the people who live there, who are living a totally parallel world to the prisoners.
Okay.
Very interesting contrast.
Yeah, so I assume the other couple would be from the different world.
It's possible.
Yes. From aristocratic world.
Yes.
So it would be completely different.
Yes, and then of course when you go to Old Hobart Town, things slightly change. So it's almost like two books in one.
So it's really interesting. So you went to Port Arthur.
I did, and I went
there?
it was some long time ago, and I went to the silent prison, which is just awful. Bad enough in daylight, but at night it's really, really ghastly. And these poor people were shut there for 20 odd hours a day in total, utter silence. And most of them went mad.
Yeah. So one of your protagonists was
in the silent prison.
In the silent. Okay. So how did he meet the woman?
Read the story to find out.
Wow.
Yes,
yeah, it's definitely yours to read.
And there's also the commandant's daughter, who's hopelessly in love with the settlement's doctor. So that plays out a little bit and weaves itself into the story. And she walks her dog every day in the settlement, hoping to meet the doctor. And she's got this gorgeous, wriggling King Charles Spaniel called Oliver.
Yeah, so I hope the end of their love stories is good. So
it'll bring a tear to your eye. It'll bring a tear to your eye.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but they're really good and positive.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yes, absolutely.
Yes. Oh yeah, this is good. Yeah, because I really love to read love stories.
Yes.
But I want them to be.
Well, it's maybe not what you think. Maybe there's a little bit of a twist. Yes, it's not straight.
Yeah, it is fantastic. So, is this your first book?
This is actually my second book.
Wow,
and
what was it?
My first one was called The Forgotten Holocaust. It was about the Romani and their terrible time they had at Auschwitz, and I believe it's a world first novel on this particular topic. I read a lot of non-fiction, but this is the first fiction book, The Forgotten Holocaust.
Forgotten Holocaust. Holocaust because the Romani was...
They were taken to Auschwitz and annihilated, totally annihilated.
Yes.
So again, that story pans out. It comes to Australia, so there's a bit of a kind of a good news story there for that one.
Yeah, so you're basically a history.
It seems to be. It seems to pan out that way. Yes.
Yeah, so your both books is about historical time.
Yes. And I discovered that both books are about prisons and people making their way back into their lives, finding themselves again.
You're attracted to.
Must be. Must be.
You had some ancestors?
No.
No,
never.
No. Where do you come from? You're not Australian, isn't it?
Well, I'm technically Australian, but I'm originally English.
English. Yeah. So how long have you been living in Australia?
Oh gosh, a long time.
Long time.
Yes.
Oh, that's very interesting, Caroline, certainly. So where people can buy your book, this book and the Forgotten Holocaust as well?
on the website, inspiringbookshop.com.
Yeah, inspiringbookshop.com. Yeah, you can buy Caroline's book, both Links in the Chain and Forgotten Holocaust. Yes, thank you very much, Caroline.
Thank you,
It was
Irina.
really
Lovely
nice
to talk to you.
Lovely to talk to you.